You're not going to believe what I just uncovered. I've been grinding late nights, talking to people inside D4VD's camp, digging into sources nobody else has, and what just came out of court, it's insane. New footage has surfaced showing D4VD and Celeste together in the hours before her death. And let me tell you, this isn't just sad or shocking. It's complicated. Layers of tension, secrets, and whispers that nobody wanted the public to see. Some of the people close to them didn't even know this existed. And now, it's in front of the cameras, court transcripts, and social media feeds. Fans are going to freak. The video, grainy, shaky, but undeniable, shows moments, glances, even subtle arguments that make you question everything you thought you knew about their relationship. And I'm telling you, this isn't a simple he said, she said scenario. There are layers of betrayal, unseen confrontations, and what I've confirmed off camera could get some people in serious trouble if it comes out fully. The kind of stuff people tried to bury. And the thing is, even the footage doesn't tell the whole story. There are whispers of DMs, secret meetups, and text threads that fans haven't seen. Some insiders claim the moments captured hint at disagreements that escalated later that night. Others insist it's innocent, but if you look closely at the expressions, the body language, the timing, it's tense, it's raw, and it's heartbreaking. I've talked to multiple people who were in the studio with D4VD days before, friends who were with Celeste in those final hours, and even sources who saw the footage in private before it hit court. Everyone is shook, and the reactions online? Exploding. Twitter threads with thousands of replies. TikTok users analyzing every second. Fans questioning who knew what. Fans questioning who did what. And here's the kicker. Some of the people involved are still alive, still working in the industry, and still hiding what really went down. You want the receipts, the screenshots, the leaked messages? I have them. And when I show them, the narrative you've been fed for months, it's going to flip completely. The morning after the court revealed the footage, chaos erupted across social media. Fans were refreshing feeds, replaying clips, and arguing about every glance, every gesture, every word between D4VD and Celeste. I've seen the private versions of this footage, and let me tell you, it's raw, grainy, shaky, intimate in a way that courts and public releases rarely capture. There are moments where their interactions seem normal, almost playful, but then there's tension lurking underneath. Eyes darting, subtle pauses, a whisper that seems out of place. Insiders tell me this was hours before everything unraveled. And what's in these frames? It's hints of secrets that some people tried to hide for years. Off camera, I got a tip from someone who had been in the studio with D4VD just 2 days prior. He was distracted, the source said, voice low. He wasn't himself. Something was off, but no one could put a finger on it. Another insider who was in Celeste's circle added, she wasn't happy. You can see it in her text the night before. She said something about feeling ignored. And people think it's nothing, but it's everything. The tension that existed in private circles now became public. Fans online began dissecting every second of the footage, claiming they spotted arguments that couldn't be missed. Screenshots of fleeting expressions circulated, each one analyzed for clues about what was about to happen. The footage also shows moments where other figures appear in the background, friends, associates, and people close to D4VD, some laughing, some whispering. Fans speculated immediately, who was loyal, who was hiding something? One blurred figure sparked a thread with thousands of comments. Look at that person behind them. They knew more than anyone is letting on. I spoke to an insider who confirmed, off camera, that at least one person in the circle had knowledge of disputes between D4VD and Celeste that night, and tensions ran higher than the public would ever imagine in the hours leading up to Celeste's death. Beyond, the footage reveals a series of interactions that feel almost casual at first. Coffee, laughter, music in the background. But every so often, there's a pause, a glance, a sigh, a hand brushing hair nervously that fans have interpreted as a sign of deeper conflict. One of the leaked DMs I obtained suggests that Celeste confronted someone in the circle earlier that evening. I can't keep doing this. Something doesn't feel right. D4VD's reply, according to the screenshot, was calm but distant. I know, let's just get through tonight. Emotions were running high, but nobody in the footage could predict how quickly things would spiral. By mid-afternoon, fan theories were already running wild. Twitter exploded with speculation, while TikTok users created clips highlighting micro-expressions and subtle gestures. One popular thread suggested a betrayal within D4VD's camp, claiming that someone in the studio had a role in the argument that night. Screenshots of private chats that fans swore were leaks circulated, and while many were fake, insiders confirmed that at least 2 messages showing concern from members of D4VD's team were authentic. Trust had begun to fracture even before the court made the footage public. Leaked audio from that night adds another layer. In one recording, barely audible, D4VD can be heard speaking softly. "I don't want anyone to get hurt. Just stay calm." Celeste's voice, equally soft, whispers back, "I feel like something's off. I can't explain it." Fans went into a frenzy, dissecting intonation, cadence, and pauses. Some claimed it proved a rift between them. Others argued it was tension from something external. Something no one had considered. Insiders confirmed that the conversation was authentic, and that both parties were under pressure from multiple sources: friends, management, and the broader industry. The footage also captured moments when Celeste appeared visibly upset by someone entering the studio space. A blurred figure approaches her, and fans immediately identified the body language as confrontational. Screenshots of the frame circulated on Instagram with comments like, "She was not okay with this person. Watch the way she steps back." An insider who saw the footage privately confirmed that this figure had been trying to mediate a dispute, but instead intensified it. The subtle shifts in posture and eye contact suggested an unspoken tension that nobody outside the circle fully understood, until now. Around the same time, What's D4VD is seen speaking with another friend, seemingly trying to lighten the mood. A laugh, a shoulder tap, but then a message notification flashes on his phone, a DM from someone in Celeste's inner circle that fans have since recreated online. The content of the message is cryptic. "They're talking, be careful." The reaction is subtle, almost imperceptible, but insiders tell me it was enough to put D4VD on edge. Fans online were debating, who was talking? Was this a warning? A leak? The drama was multiplying in real time, and the footage was only the beginning. Family members also appear briefly, caught off guard by the camera. Celeste's mother can be seen offering a comforting word, while someone else in the circle gestures as if to calm a situation. Fans argue endlessly online about what these interactions mean, on whether there were arguments between family members and the team, and if any of it contributed to the tensions later that night. Insider sources confirmed that emotions were running high even among relatives, who were navigating their own grief and concern while trying to protect the public image of the people involved. As the hours tick by in the footage, small but critical details emerge. Celeste steps away from a conversation and checks her phone multiple times, responding to texts that fans have speculated about endlessly. Screenshots supposedly leaked from that night show messages like, "Don't trust anyone in the room, just wait." Another, allegedly from D4VD's friend, reads, "We're trying to keep it together. But it's getting messy." Insiders I spoke to off camera confirmed that these messages were real and that the tension was building towards something catastrophic. The court footage only captured glimpses, but the context revealed by these messages is what makes the story explosive. One of the most shocking moments in the footage is brief, but fans noticed immediately. Celeste and D4VD are standing near the studio exit when someone enters. A whispered exchange occurs, and Celeste's body language shifts instantly. She steps back, voice raised, and the camera catches a fleeting look of concern from D4VD. Social media users analyzed the frames endlessly, some claiming it showed betrayal, others claiming it was a warning about an external threat. Insider sources confirmed that at least one person in the circle was not aligned with the others, and that tensions were reaching a boiling point. Leaked DMs from that night suggest that Celeste attempted to step away from the tension, messaging a friend, "I need space. Something's wrong. I can't explain." The reply, "I know. Stay safe." Fans online debated endlessly. Who was she talking to? Was someone manipulating events? What role did D4VD play in trying to de-escalate? I was told off camera that D4VD tried to calm the situation multiple times, but the layers of tension in the room made it nearly impossible. The footage hints at these interactions, but it's the leaks, the DMs, and insider confirmations that reveal the full picture. As the footage continues, subtle conflicts appear everywhere. Someone off camera whispers urgently, D4VD's attention is split. Celeste checks her phone again, glances at the doorway. on. Every micro expression becomes fodder for speculation. Screenshots of the frames went viral immediately, dissected by TikTok users and Twitter threads. One viral tweet read, "You can see it in her eyes. She knew something was about to happen." Another countered, "No, this is normal tension. People read too much into everything." Meanwhile, insiders confirmed that the tension in the room was very real and that the drama was only escalating behind closed doors. By the end of the footage, just hours before the tragic events, fans noticed something chilling. D4VD and Celeste share a quiet moment, leaning in close, seemingly laughing, but there's a pause, a glance at someone entering the room, a subtle tightening of the jaw. Fans argue endlessly about what it means. Some insist it's a sign of fear, some claim it's nothing, but insiders tell me, us off camera, that the subtle interactions captured in these final hours are key to understanding everything that unfolded, and this is only the beginning. There's more leaks, DMs, and court evidence that reveal layers nobody outside the inner circle could imagine. Hours after the court footage hit, Instagram exploded. Fans immediately noticed that D4VD went live from the studio late that evening, his expression tense, eyes darting. "We're just vibing," he said softly, but anyone paying attention could see the strain. He avoided answering questions about Celeste, and viewers speculated wildly. One user commented, "He knows more than he's saying. Look at his hands." Another wrote, "Something's off, you can feel it." Off camera, insiders confirmed that D4VD had been receiving multiple messages that night, warnings from friends, and even cryptic texts from people in Celeste's circle, urging caution. Every glance at his phone, every pause, added fuel to the fire. Meanwhile, the leaked DMs that fans had been piecing together became a viral obsession. One message allegedly from Celeste to a friend read, "I can't explain it yet, but I feel trapped tonight." Another from an anonymous member of D4VD's team, "Everything's about to go sideways if nobody steps in." Fans debated the authenticity for hours. Some insisted the messages were fake, while insiders I spoke to off camera confirmed at least 2 were verified, setting the stage for a narrative that's almost impossible to untangle. Social media threads stretched into thousands of comments, with fans obsessively analyzing every punctuation mark, every timestamp. Late that night, a TikTok user posted a short clip of someone they claimed to have seen leaving the studio just before the final confrontation. The figure was blurred, but the caption suggested it was someone who had previously been considered a trusted ally. Within minutes, fans flooded the thread with comments. This person knew something. They were following them all night. Behind the scenes, insiders confirmed that this movement was real, and that multiple people in the circle were watching each other closely. Emotions ran high, tempers were flaring, and the family was already divided. Club appearances from the following day only escalated the speculation. D4VD was photographed in the VIP section, seemingly laughing, but insiders told me it was a facade. "He's trying to stay calm," one source whispered, but the weight of the night, the footage, the leaks, it's crushing him. Fans noticed subtle gestures, glances over the shoulder, fingers tapping nervously. A video went viral showing him whispering to a friend. The audio is muffled, but captions online claimed he said something about not trusting anyone here. Insiders confirmed that the statement, or something very close, had been said, further igniting fan debates. Meanwhile, Celeste's friends and family began reacting publicly. Tweets, Instagram stories, and fleeting TikTok clips revealed shock, grief, and confusion. One friend posted a blurred image with the caption, "You wouldn't believe what went down that night. They didn't see it coming." Another shared screenshots of private messages, hinting that someone close to the situation had tried to intervene but was blocked. Fans were divided. Some insisted these were genuine warnings, others called them staged drama. Off camera, insiders confirmed that emotions were running high and that several of the people in the inner circle were actively hiding details from each other, increasing tension exponentially. Leaked DMs revealed even more. One, allegedly from a manager to D4VD, read, "I don't care how close you are, you need to control this situation. People are watching and it's spiraling." Another reply allegedly came from a close collaborator. "We can't predict what she might do. Keep everyone calm." Fans argued endlessly in comment sections about who the messages were really from and whether they indicated loyalty or betrayal. Behind closed doors, insiders confirmed that multiple people were on edge. I'm fearing that a single misstep could trigger a disaster. The court footage itself began circulating in small clips across social media, with fans dissecting every second. One sequence showed Celeste looking at her phone with a subtle but noticeable frown. A blurred figure is in the background, allegedly trying to intervene in a tense conversation. Fans debated, was it a warning, a betrayal, or just coincidence? Leaks from private sources suggested that this figure had been involved in the tension for days, quietly escalating disputes while appearing neutral. Screenshots of messages to and from this individual circulated, and insiders confirmed that there was more to the story than the public could see. Late that evening, another TikTok clip went viral, showing a heated exchange between two blurred figures outside the studio. Once the audio was distorted, but captions suggested words like control, watch, and don't trust anyone. Fans immediately speculated that this was a key moment, possibly revealing a plot or a hidden conflict that contributed to the tragedy. Insider sources confirmed that a confrontation had indeed occurred, and that it involved someone who had previously been trusted implicitly. Emotions ran high, and the family was left divided. By the next morning, Twitter threads had exploded with theories about the leaked footage, DMs, and TikTok clips. One thread suggested a betrayal within D4VD's team, citing screenshots and alleged messages as proof. Another claimed that Celeste had confided in someone outside the circle, but that person's warning was ignored. Fans argued furiously, analyzing the grainy footage, comparing timestamps, and speculating about motives. Behind the scenes, insiders confirmed that tensions were not just within the circle, but extended to management, friends, and even family members. Instagram lives continued throughout the day. One collaborator went live claiming, "We're just trying to handle everything with respect." Viewers noticed subtle cues, hesitation, eyes flicking to the door, a slight tremor in the voice. Fans immediately speculated, "They're hiding something, look at him." Off camera, insiders told me the collaborator was deliberately vague, trying to manage multiple conversations at once while keeping sensitive information contained. Trust had fractured, alliances were questioned, and emotions ran high across the board. By mid-afternoon, more leaked DMs surfaced. O's allegedly showing messages from Celeste attempting to warn someone in D4VD's circle about rising tension. "Something doesn't feel right," one read. Another replied, "I know. Stay calm, we'll figure it out." Fans debated the authenticity endlessly. Some argued the messages proved foresight, others claimed they were fabricated for attention. Insider confirmations suggested that the tension had been building for days, and that these messages were not only authentic but crucial to understanding the events leading up to the tragedy. Evening reports from social media added another layer. Screenshots of private messages between D4VD and a close friend surfaced, suggesting that he had been trying to de-escalate situations while also protecting Celeste. One line allegedly read, "I can't let this get worse. Just stay close. Always stay safe." Another reply, "We'll get through it, but someone's watching everything." Fans were shocked by the detail, debating whether these were signs of guilt, protection, or hidden conflict. Insider sources confirmed the authenticity of these conversations, highlighting how precarious the entire situation had become. Late-night posts from Celeste's friends sparked new waves of speculation. A single Instagram story, a blurred silhouette with the caption, "They didn't see it coming," caused thousands of replies. Fans argued about the meaning. Who didn't see what coming? Was it a betrayal, a warning ignored, or something else entirely? Insider sources confirmed that the story was real and that the emotions captured in it were raw, unfiltered, and highly charged. The family was left divided, friends were shaken, and the circle around D4VD was fractured more than ever. By the end of the night, social media had transformed into a battlefield. TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, all filled with fan theories, recreated timelines, and debates over authenticity. Fans dissected every second of the footage, every leaked DM, every whispered phrase. Off-camera confirmations from insiders suggested that the events leading up to Celeste's death were more complicated than anyone imagined. Multiple voices, multiple agendas, and conflicting loyalties had created a powder keg ready to explode, and the social media chaos mirrored the tension in real life. Leaked audio notes captured in private chats added yet another layer of intrigue. In one, someone whispers to a friend, "They're not seeing the whole picture. Trust no one." Another responds, "I'm trying." But it's too late. Everything's out of control. Fans immediately speculated about who the voices belonged to and what secrets they were hiding. Insider sources confirmed that these conversations were real and that emotions inside the circle were running higher than ever, further fueling the drama. By the end of the coverage, the situation was a complete frenzy. The court footage, leaked DMs, TikTok clips, IG lives, and fan reconstructions had created a narrative that seemed impossible to untangle. Fans were shocked, emotions ran high, and the family was left divided. Behind the scenes, insiders confirmed that trust within D4VD's circle was fractured, tempers had flared, and the full story had yet to come out. The drama was escalating, and every social media post, every screenshot, and every rumor was another piece of a puzzle that fans were desperate to solve. By the next morning, the energy around D4VD and Celeste's story had reached a fever pitch. Fans online were dissecting every single frame from the court footage, replaying audio leaks, and debating the authenticity of leaked DMs. One Twitter thread alone had over 30,000 replies, with fans arguing endlessly about who could be trusted and who might have had ulterior motives that night. Insider sources confirmed that not all conflicts were visible in the footage. Some were hidden, whispered in private corners, and only revealed in messages that the public had yet to see. A shocking twist emerged when an unnamed insider leaked what they claimed was a screenshot of a private DM exchange between Celeste and someone in D4VD's circle. The message allegedly read, "I don't feel safe tonight. Something isn't right." The reply, "Trust me, everything will be fine. Just stay calm." Fans immediately speculated on the meaning, with some insisting it hinted at betrayal, while others argued it could have been anxiety or tension that had nothing to do with anyone in the circle. Off camera, sources confirmed that this exchange had caused multiple people to argue quietly that night, but the exact details remain murky. Emotions ran high when another insider revealed a heated exchange between D4VD and one of his closest collaborators in the hours leading up to the tragedy. Voices reportedly rose, phones were slammed, and tension was so thick it could be felt across the room. The collaborator allegedly said, "You can't just ignore what's happening." Everyone knows something's wrong. D4VD reportedly responded, "I'm handling it, trust me." Fans immediately jumped on the exchange online, debating whether this was a sign of miscommunication, hidden betrayal, or the beginning of the spiral that night. Leaked audio from an Instagram live later that night added yet another layer. One voice, believed to be Celeste's, whispers, "I just want this to end. I can't explain, but I know something's off." The response, muffled but believed to be from someone in D4VD's circle, reads, "We'll figure it out, don't worry." Fans dissected every pause, every intonation, with some claiming this was proof of betrayal from someone supposedly loyal. Insider sources confirmed that tension had escalated far beyond what the public realized, and that multiple private conversations had gone unseen until now. Then came the first major twist that left even longtime fans stunned. Screenshots surfaced, allegedly showing Celeste confronting a figure in D4VD's inner circle, accusing them of leaking sensitive information to someone outside. The screenshots, shared across multiple TikTok clips, showed text like, "Why are you doing this? I trusted you." Another response read, "I'm not the problem. You need to calm down." Fans were shocked, comments exploded. "Who is it? This changes everything." Insider confirmation suggests that this confrontation actually happened, and that the individual in question had been quietly influencing events, deepening rifts without anyone realizing it. Social media frenzy intensified when new video clips appeared, showing blurred figures entering and exiting D4VD's studio late that night. Fans immediately speculated that someone in the footage had a hidden agenda, possibly even orchestrating the tension that had escalated with Celeste. TikTok users recreated timelines, pointing out micro expressions and subtle gestures that could indicate betrayal or fear. Insider sources confirmed that at least one person had been moving strategically that night, trying to influence both D4VD and Celeste, which added a layer of complexity nobody had expected. Another shocking twist emerged when screenshots of a private conversation between two unnamed insiders leaked. One message allegedly read, "They think it's calm, but it's a powder keg. Someone's going to slip." The other replied, "I know. The circle is fractured and no one trusts anyone anymore." Fans immediately speculated on the identity of the speakers, with theories ranging from collaborators to managers to extended friends. Off-camera confirmations suggest that these leaks were authentic, revealing that the tension that night was carefully observed, manipulated, and in some cases intentionally provoked by individuals whose loyalty was questionable. The drama escalated further when one of D4VD's team members went live to address rumors. They insisted, "We're just trying to process everything. There's a lot that the public doesn't understand." Fans noticed their voice tremble and eyes darting repeatedly, leading to thousands of comments dissecting every gesture. Insider sources confirmed that the live stream was partially scripted to manage perception, and that behind closed doors, tempers were still flaring and trust had eroded. The family, too, was deeply divided. Some blame collaborators, others blame management, and some even questioned the timing of certain warnings. By midweek, leaked DMs revealed even more conflicts. One, allegedly from Celeste, read, "I need someone to tell the truth. I feel cornered." Another from an unnamed team member replied, "We're trying, just don't panic." Fans debated endlessly about the authenticity and the meaning. Some argued these messages proved someone was betraying Celeste, while others suggested they reflected her anxieties and that D4VD had been trying to manage it. Insider sources confirmed the messages were real and that multiple people in the circle were scrambling to manage tensions while hiding secrets from each other. The second major twist came when a leaked audio clip surfaced. It's allegedly capturing a heated argument between D4VD and a collaborator just hours before Celeste's death. Voices rose, phrases like "you're not helping" and "stop lying" can be heard, though muffled. Fans dissected every word, every pause, arguing in comments for days. Insider confirmation suggests that this argument had lasting consequences, fracturing alliances and creating an atmosphere of suspicion and fear that fueled later events. Emotions ran high, tempers flared, and the family and close friends were caught in the crossfire. Meanwhile, leaked social media posts from that night hinted at further drama. A friend posted a blurred image with the caption, "They think everything is fine, but they're blind to what's happening." Fans interpreted this as a cryptic warning, while insiders confirmed that the post was referencing escalating tension and hidden betrayals within the inner circle. The comment sections exploded with speculation, accusations, and theories about the identities of those involved. Trust was deteriorating quickly, and the network surrounding D4VD was strained to its breaking point. Another shocking revelation emerged when private conversations suggested that someone in the inner circle had been secretly recording certain interactions. Screenshots allegedly read, "If anything happens, this will explain everything." Fans immediately speculated, was this for protection, leverage, or something darker? Insider sources confirmed that recording devices had indeed been used that night, and that the footage contained information that had not yet been made public. Emotions ran high, tempers flared, and the circle became increasingly suspicious of one another. Towards the end of the week, additional Instagram lives showed subtle cracks in public personas. D4VD laughed at jokes, but his eyes betrayed stress. Another collaborator appeared shaky while answering questions about the footage. Fans noticed every hesitation, analyzing for clues of guilt or fear. Insider sources confirmed that both individuals were deeply affected by the night's events, each navigating multiple layers of pressure from friends, family, and the broader industry. The circle was fractured, and everyone was watching everyone else. By the weekend, new leaked messages suggested a confrontation that had never been publicly revealed. Allegedly, Celeste had confronted a trusted collaborator about conflicting information, whispering, "You're not telling me everything. Who else knows?" The reply, "I'm doing what I can, calm down." Fans dissected the tone, body language, and timing of this exchange. Insider sources confirmed that this confrontation had occurred and that it intensified tension, creating mistrust that lingered across multiple relationships in the inner circle. The third shocking twist involved a revelation from a private source that someone had been feeding selective information to the media, manipulating narratives to protect themselves while creating chaos. Screenshots and small clips surfaced, hinting that certain tweets and TikTok posts were orchestrated to divert attention. Fans immediately debated whether this was calculated sabotage or simple miscommunication. Insider confirmation suggested that manipulation was deliberate, and that it had a direct impact on the events leading to Celeste's death. Finally, as the week ended, the social media landscape became a powder keg. Every leaked DM, every Instagram story, every court clip was dissected. Fans debated endlessly about motives, loyalty, and betrayal. Emotions ran high across public and private spheres. Families were divided, collaborators were under scrutiny, friends were whispering behind doors. Insider sources confirmed that tension was at its peak, and that the story had escalated to a level where one wrong move could change everything. By now, fans had access to fragments of every interaction, the IG lives, the DMs, the screenshots, the whispers, and yet questions remained unanswered. Who was truly loyal? Who had betrayed Celeste? What was the role of D4VD's team? The story had multiple layers, and even insiders admitted that what the public had seen was only scratching the surface. The drama was far from over, and the stakes could not be higher. Every screenshot, every clip, every whisper mattered. The night after the leaked DMs and audio clips circulated, D4VD returned to the studio, but the energy was nothing like before. Friends and collaborators whispered behind his back, their eyes darting to see who was watching, who was recording. The footage from the court had ignited a firestorm, and insiders confirmed that tension in the room had reached a breaking point. D4VD sat in the corner, scrolling through messages on his phone, jaw tight, eyes focused but distant. "They're saying too much," he muttered under his breath. Someone near him, a longtime friend, leaned closer and whispered, "On, you know what happens if they leak more." D4VD's response was quiet, almost inaudible. "I can handle it, but they can't see me sweat." Meanwhile, Celeste's friends and family were divided. Some were pleading with the team to speak publicly. Others were furious that private messages had leaked at all. In one tense encounter, Celeste's cousin confronted a team member at a private gathering. "Why is nobody telling the truth? I keep hearing rumors and seeing messages that make no sense." The team member, visibly shaken, stammered, "I'm trying. We're all trying." Fans dissected images and clips from that night online, analyzing hand gestures, expressions, and even who was sitting next to whom. Insider confirmations revealed that multiple arguments broke out that evening, some private, some semi-public, all escalating stress in a way no one could control. Leaked Instagram lives captured moments that had fans arguing for days. One showed D4VD pacing, whispering to a collaborator, "They don't understand. If this gets out, everything collapses." Another collaborator whispered back, "Just breathe, calm down. We need everyone on the same page." Fans debated whether these were signs of panic or evidence of hidden guilt. Insider sources confirmed that both were true to some degree. D4VD was overwhelmed, and others in the circle were playing multiple sides, unsure who to trust. Shocking twist number one came when a private audio leak emerged. It captured a heated conversation between two collaborators in which one allegedly accused the other of orchestrating events that night. "You let this spiral," one voice yelled. "Fine, I told you to stop." The other replied, "I was protecting everyone. You don't understand." Fans immediately speculated about motives, suggesting betrayal, sabotage, or an intentional setup. Insider confirmations hinted that the argument had consequences, dividing trust within the inner circle and leaving some relationships irreparably fractured. Celeste's mother, meanwhile, reached out privately to a trusted friend, worried about the increasing tension. A leaked message read, "I don't know who to trust. Everyone has secrets, and I'm scared." Fans immediately shared the screenshot online, dissecting the implications. Insider sources confirmed that the family was grappling with the leaks and rising public scrutiny, and that emotions were running higher than the public could imagine. Relationships between friends, family, and collaborators were strained, and whispers of betrayal had everyone questioning loyalties. Another shocking revelation emerged when a leaked DM from D4VD suggested that he had confronted someone he considered a close ally. "Why didn't you tell me the truth? Everything's falling apart," he allegedly wrote. The reply from someone unnamed read, "I tried to protect you. You have no idea what's been going on." Fans argued for hours in comment sections. Was this a moment of betrayal, miscommunication, or simple fear? Insider confirmations indicated that both interpretations had elements of truth, adding layers of complexity to the unfolding story. Leaked footage from a club appearance later that evening revealed more subtle but explosive tension. D4VD was laughing with one friend, but his eyes constantly scanned the room. Another collaborator leaned close, whispering, "They're watching every move." Fans speculated online that someone was deliberately surveilling the inner circle, possibly to manipulate or leak information. Insider sources confirmed that there were multiple parties with hidden agendas, each influencing events in ways that remained invisible to most outsiders. By the early hours, a final shocking twist emerged. Screenshots allegedly showed Celeste confronting someone who had been acting suspiciously for days. "Stop hiding things from me. I trusted you," she allegedly typed. The reply, "I did what I had to. You don't know the pressure we're under." Fans immediately debated who this could be, some pointing fingers at collaborators, others suggesting it was a manager. All insider sources confirmed the messages were authentic and that this confrontation intensified tension, leading to whispered arguments and private scuffles that evening. Direct dialogue from leaked audio revealed just how strained relationships had become. D4VD can allegedly be heard saying, "I don't want to fight, I just want to fix it." The response, a collaborator's voice, was sharp. "You can't fix what's broken. We've been keeping secrets for too long." Fans dissected the conversation endlessly, debating whether this was the tipping point. Insider confirmation suggested that both parties were feeling betrayed, anxious, and trapped, setting the stage for an explosive night that no one could control. Even casual interactions were fraught with tension. Leaked footage shows D4VD and a collaborator joking, but the laughter feels forced. Celeste's friends whisper behind the camera, glances exchanged that suggest unspoken conflicts. Fans online speculated endlessly. Was it anxiety, fear, or betrayal? Insider confirmations indicated all three, with multiple individuals in the room juggling competing loyalties, secrets, and fears. By mid-morning, messages and DMs leaked indicating a breaking point. One collaborator allegedly wrote to another, "I can't do this anymore. We're spiraling." The reply, "Then step back, but don't ruin everything for them." Fans immediately speculated. Who was them? What was at stake? Insider confirmation suggested that the comment referred to multiple people in the circle, highlighting fractures that had become nearly impossible to mend. A private conversation between two longtime friends surfaced, adding fuel to the fire. "Oi, they're not listening. Everyone's panicking," one said. The other replied, "It's too late. People already know too much." Fans debated whether this was evidence of miscommunication, manipulation, or intentional chaos. Insider sources confirmed that the conversation was authentic, revealing that multiple parties were trying to manage the situation while secretly escalating tension, creating a powder keg that was about to blow. By late afternoon, Instagram Lives and TikTok posts revealed even more fractures. D4VD laughed, joked, but his eyes betrayed anxiety. Collaborators whispered constantly, glancing at phones, at doors, at each other. Fans commented on the micro-expressions, debating their significance endlessly. Insider sources confirmed that behind closed doors, relationships were strained to the breaking point. Tempers flared, and the emotional toll was enormous. Shocking twist number 2 came when a private insider revealed that someone in the circle had deliberately fed conflicting information to D4VD and Celeste. The goal, insiders confirmed, was to create confusion, misdirection, and tension. Screenshots allegedly captured text like, "They won't see it coming if we stay quiet." Fans immediately speculated online, debating motives, loyalty, and betrayal. The family was left divided, friends were panicked, and the inner circle's cohesion was effectively shattered. As the night progressed, direct confrontations emerged. In leaked footage, a collaborator allegedly said to D4VD, "You need to control this. Secrets aren't helping anyone." D4VD responded quietly, "I'm trying, but I can't do everything alone." Fans analyzed this exchange endlessly, some suggesting it was guilt, others insisting it was miscommunication. Insider confirmation suggested that both interpretations were partially accurate and that the dynamics in the room were more volatile than anyone outside could imagine. By the early morning hours, the scene had reached a breaking point. Emotions ran high, tempers flared, and the family, friends, and collaborators were all caught in a web of secrecy, tension, and miscommunication. Leaked messages suggested people were trying to intervene, while others were quietly escalating events. Fans were shocked, debating every move and gesture. Insider sources confirmed that the situation was volatile, with multiple people acting simultaneously to protect themselves, protect others, or manipulate outcomes. The final moments captured by leaks, audio, and social media hinted at a dramatic climax. Celeste's whispered comments, D4VD's glances at his phone, collaborators shifting uneasily, all pointed to a narrative that was chaotic, emotional, and full of unanswered questions. Fans speculated endlessly. Who was telling the truth? Who was hiding something? And what would the consequences be? Insider confirmations indicated that the drama had reached its peak, but several critical details remained hidden, leaving the story far from resolved. By dawn, the inner circle was fractured, relationships strained, and secrets hanging like storm clouds. Social media, fans, and even casual observers were left debating, theorizing, and speculating endlessly. Insider sources confirmed that multiple confrontations, betrayals, bonds, and hidden agendas had converged in a way that made the final outcome inevitable yet unpredictable. Every glance, whisper, message, and subtle movement mattered. Every interaction, every private chat, and every leaked clip fueled the chaos. The family was divided, collaborators were suspicious, and fans couldn't stop analyzing. The story had reached a climax, but questions lingered. Who was loyal? Who betrayed? What really happened in those final hours? The answers remained elusive, and insiders confirmed that more revelations were coming. Alright, listen up. If you've been following this story, you already know we're only scratching the surface. D4VD, Celeste, the inner circle, the leaked DMs, the court footage, it's chaos. And trust me, what you're seeing online, that's just the tip. There are layers that nobody is talking about publicly. Conversations we've confirmed off camera, and secrets that could change how fans see everything that went down. If you've been replaying the clips, dissecting every frame, and arguing in comment sections, you're not alone. I've seen the messages, heard the whispers, and spoken to insiders who are still terrified about what could come out next. This story isn't just entertainment, it's a web of loyalty, betrayal, tension, and heartbreak. Families are divided, collaborators are on edge, and fans are debating endlessly about who's telling the truth and who's hiding something. And here's the kicker, nobody really knows what really happened in those final hours. Every leaked DM, every Instagram live, every whispered conversation only raises more questions. That's why I need you to do something right now. Comment below what you think really went down that night. Who's loyal? Who betrayed? And whose side are you really on? Smash that like button if you're obsessed with following every twist. And subscribe if you want more inside access that no one else is brave enough to reveal. And I'm not done yet. This saga is far from over. Insiders are already hinting at another shocking development. Something that could rewrite everything we think we know about D4VD, Celeste, and the people around them. Next video, we're diving deep into that with leaked footage, new DMs, and even more explosive revelations that the internet is going to lose its mind over. You don't want to miss it, so hit like, drop your theories in the comments, subscribe for full access, and get ready, because the next chapter is going to be even more insane. And trust me, you'll want to be here from the first second when it drops.